mind states that you had when you were a small one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a great. And then getting back to Jill Taylor's experience, and her book's called Stroke of Insight, but you can see it on video on TED and on YouTube. And what happened is she started to experience the matter. In one instance, she says she looked down at her arm, and her arm was against the wall, and she couldn't tell where her arm ended and where the wall began because it was all becoming just energy. So she was flowing, seeing the flow of energy, and realizing that she was everything, and everything was her.
You know, and as Rich was pointing out earlier, how we're composed of atoms and molecules, and energy is the binding, the energy is the thing that binds them together. But if you think about it, literally those atoms are separated by vast distances, like distances comparable to our solar system distances.
Right.
With how the protons and the neutrons and the electrons are situated in relation to each other. There's vast distances. So literally, all matter is composed of empty space. So shunya, emptiness. That gives you a little bit of a hint of what we actually are. And if you think about it, we've created all kinds of different models about what we think we are. And meditation and yoga has helped myself, for one thing, deconstruct what those models that I was trained to follow through school. Not that they're wrong; they're good for practical purposes and living life in a social atmosphere here in social setting in the United States.
Called our conditioning.
Our conditioning, but you know the thing about it is, once you let go of some of this, you see the things as they are. What you said earlier, that yogis and people who practice meditation, and people who just have natural inclination toward that, who aren't practitioners, but for some reason their intuition has shown them more correctly, or their right brain has shown them more correctly, reality as it is, in an ultimate sense, because our conditioned sense, or we have ultimate reality, and we have conventional reality. Our conditioned sense is our conventional reality, how we are with our regular life. I won't go into this too much, but the ultimate sphere is what I think they're talking about in relation to one's own true form, is the ultimate sphere. And when we move into complete absorption, we're actually, right here, right now, at those times, we're actually partaking, or actually able to experience the ultimate sphere within complete absorption. And that's the true sphere, the ultimately true sphere.
The truth.
The truth, so to speak, where the veil has been taken off. Also, another analogy to that was with music.
Yeah.
And how, as a musician, you learn, Nikolai Bachman, he put that, right? And you learn chords and the sheet music, how to read it. You practice it for some time, and you become comfortable with it, and you start to play it very well. And then when you've memorized it and you've played it so often that you don't have any doubt on what you have to play, that's fully, completely absorbed within the music. And the best examples of that are the bebop jazz improvisers from the 50s and 60s, or actually not just them, but if you listen to some music where they're not, they're just like flowing with what's happening right now, and they sound so good, and they're in the pocket. You can say that that's a sort of samadhi, and at some point we'll probably touch on the aspects of samadhi, because there's more than one aspect, but we're just talking about the general aspect right now of absorption.
All right.
Yeah?
Cool.
All right.
Thanks for watching.